Greetings folks, Chris here, and welcome to yet another on True and Proper Citizen Carry channel. And as promised, I am bringing you the first couple hundred rounds from the Beretta M9. Folks, I'm going to try not to make this a very long video. We're going to get right on with the range footage. But before I do, I've got to tell you that this is a very solid, excellent shooter. The way this thing is engineered, how smooth the operation is, the weight of this handgun, and how well these two dot sights work for me has contributed greatly to my first shooting experience with this. I've got to tell you that everything about this handgun is smooth and well made. But let's get into it really quickly. First of all, the operation of this handgun alone, everything about this gun is kind of impressive. The slide, it's very smooth. There's no gritty resistance whatsoever. It's a very smooth operating slide. The double action trigger, which by the way, folks, yes, you are going to see my finger on this unloaded weapons trigger. If you don't like that, if it's going to cause you night sweats, you might want to watch something else. But the trigger, especially the double action trigger, it doesn't grit or grind on anything. It just kind of rolls. This is a nice, beautifully smooth trigger until you get to the break. And I would have to say that it's about a 12 to 15 pound trigger pull. But this trigger pull right here, I am so impressed with it. I think the professionals would say that this is slicker than owl shit. Very smooth. What a nice trigger. And you could tell by this footage, by the way, the first double action shots from this handgun were dead on center of where I was aiming, and that was at 7 yards. That's 21 feet. So it was such a smooth trigger that it did not pull my barrel off target while I was aiming, and that's what we're looking for. What a great shooter. And I am predicting that this is going to be my favorite shooter of everything that I've got in my collection, next to the 1911. Which, wow, isn't that something? That also was the United States Armed Forces service pistol. So I'm not trying to do that. It just turned out that way. And after shooting this thing, I've got to wonder why a lot of people that reviewed the Beretta M9 were grading it so harshly. And what I figured out was that they were trying to grade the Beretta M9, which was designed in the 70s and put into service in the 80s. And they were trying to compare it with guns and the features that are available on guns which are produced today, which is kind of not fair. And back in its day, this was the Elvis Presley of the gun world. So I firmly appreciate this handgun, and really, I didn't have any problems with this handgun whatsoever. I shot 3 kinds of ammunition. I shot Federal, Remington, and Winchester White Box. All of them fired well. And while I did not shoot hollow points, I have no doubt whatsoever that this thing would shoot hollow points well too. I don't think I'm going to carry this though, so I may not end up getting hollow points for this handgun, but you never know. Now you might be asking, after you looked at my Beretta M9 pistol arrives video, did the safety or decocker pose any problems or get in the way of operations for me? And I will tell you that it did not. It didn't for me. But then, and being fair to the people that did not like the safety decocker level because of the propensity for people to accidentally put it into safe dead trigger mode, I would have to be fair and say that I did not do any emergency reloads with this. I was very casual about reloads with this. With that being said though, I cannot imagine this getting in my way too much. But then again, I don't imagine myself doing emergency reloads with it. And if I figure through my ownership of this handgun that this was going to begin to be a problem, then I would just go and buy the G decocker that's available through Beretta, which springs right back up on its own, putting you into double action rather than creating the dead trigger issue. So I don't think that this is going to be a problem for me though. I don't see myself changing this, and the only thing that I can see myself changing on this gun is going to probably be the grips. I'm probably going to get some nice dark cherry wood grips and put them on here. Maybe a little bit thinner. Not that I think the grips are too thick for me or anything. I mean, they fit me just perfectly. I like the way this thing feels. But, you know, the dark cherry wood grips that I'm thinking about will take down the profile just a little bit. So that'll be kind of cool. Other than that, I don't see myself doing anything special with this Beretta M9. I like it just the way it is. And folks, I gotta tell you, another thing I like about this gun that a lot of people don't think about, and it's not something that you frequently do anyway, is the takedown is so easy. As you can see, there is a button right here, and there is a swing lever right here. And all you gotta do is push this button, swing that lever, and you can see that your slide just kind of bounced off. It was as easy as that. You can see that it has a non-captive spring and guide rod right here, which when you're putting it back in, you must be careful, because what I did was I missiled this polymer guide rod across the room and I had to go send a search party for it. It took 6 days to find it. Make sure it's in there firmly and centered, and putting it back together is as easy as this. Just slide your slide on, flip your lever, discoteca. This is an easy gun to take down and clean, so that's yet another bonus plus for this one. And stand by for the shooting footage. But before you do, folks, please consider going over to Patreon and donating to Two Improper's Citizen Carry channel. $1 a month, $3 a month, or whatever you choose. Anything helps the little guy. If you're one of those people that's already donating to people like Hickok 45 or Such or the Military Arms channel, there's nothing wrong with that. But these guys really are making a boatload of money off YouTube, even regardless of YouTube's cuts on conservative channels and gun channels. And someone like me, I don't mind sharing with you, I've got 5,500 subscribers, and I get about $100 check every 3 or 4 months. So definitely the little guy needs your support more than these bigger ones, more than these ones that have been established for 10 years, 12 years. Help the little guy. We would definitely appreciate it, and we would like to be able to do what we love, and that's bringing you more content and better content each and every video. And I appreciate you watching. And then again, don't forget to stand by for the range footage. My email address is scrolling across the bottom of the screen as we speak right now. twoimproper@gmail.com. Write and I will answer you, provided you're going to be polite about whatever it is you have to say, and if I've got the time. Stand by for the range footage again, and thank you for watching. God bless America, and keep on protecting your families, yourself, your country, its flag, and its honor. Protect your freedoms and your amendments. It's always the right thing to do. Letting the trigger surprise me.